Hello, and welcome to today's geography e-learning assignment. And honestly, I'm kind of upset that I have to introduce the CIA World Factbook to you via this video instead of actually getting to experience this with you all in class. Because I was going to do this I didn't know there was an e-learning day until I got back from break. So I'm kind of upset. You don't care. You just want me to explain the assignment. Fine, I'll just explain the assignment. Gosh, give me a break. Okay, so today's job is you will be describing a very important image when it comes to looking at a country's population health. Again, we're working on population stuff. We're looking at things that could potentially impact a country's population future. The current event on Monday, country's climate, even short-term weather patterns are really good indicators of how something like that could impact the country's population. The CIA World Factbook is going to give you a bunch of information on a country's just a country in general. Seriously, your geography book can only take you so far. I know as your teacher, there's only so much that I can teach you. And this is a resource where you can literally learn anything that you want about a country, except you have to travel there to actually learn. Yeah. There's only so much I can teach you about the world in 2 sets of 9 weeks. Like, give me a break. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a couple of resources. Number one, definitely want to use your book. I will link this particular part of the book to you in today's assignment. It'll tell you about the population pyramid, and it will give you an explanation between stage 2, 3, and 4 of the different population or a demographic transition. A demographic transition is just a way of describing where a country is at. No country is in stage 1, so your options are 2, 3, and 4. Stage 2 of the demographic transition is reflected in a population pyramid that looks like this. If you look at the population pyramid of the Gambia is going to have a lot of young people. And the average population is very young, and that presents some potential issues and some potential opportunities for this particular country. The chances of population growth are high because as time has progressed, the mortality rate of people is going down, but not every country is the same. Okay, a country like Mexico is going to be in stage 3 of the demographic transition. You can tell the difference between 2 and 3 because stage 3 has a lot more filled up as you go up the pyramid. As you can see, look how it's a little bit larger around the middle compared to a country in stage 2. Stage 2 is like a classic like triangle. This one is like got a broader base. So it's still a very young country. The middle of the pyramid is larger, and that means that the population of that particular country, there's a lot of people in that particular age group. And as you look at the middle of the population pyramid, you will see that this is the age where people create families, start families, fall in love, and has a huge potential for population growth. Stage 4, it's an older population, and you can tell because the bottom of the pyramid for younger people is much smaller. The countries in stage 4 of the demographic transition are going to have a potential for population decline, but not so much. About the only concern with countries in stage 4 of the demographic transition is that issue of population decline. But as you can see, the middle parts of the pyramid are bigger than the tops and the bottoms, which means the dependency ratio is actually a good thing, and in a positive way. And if you look at this section of the book, the dependency ratio is the number of people who are too young or too old to work compared to the number of people in their productive years. So in their productive years, that's the middle of the pyramid. These people are working, they are paying taxes, they are voting. If in that country that they live in, they vote, and the majority of countries do that. It's usually a sign of a healthy population if they have a stable government, that sort of thing. So your job today is literally to choose any country that you want. Oh my God, the world is yours. It is literally yours. Yours. It's yours. It's yours. That's a Wu-Tang Clan song. Okay, so here's how you choose your country. Number one, you will be linked to this website. This is it. This is the bee's knees. This is the CIA World Factbook. My example is going to come from the Gambia. It's an interesting country. It's in the continent of Africa, and it is in your book. Look, stage 2. And oh my gosh, as we go through this resource, you'll see, again, there's so much stuff. It is so much fun to just, like, I do this for fun. Like, I find out a country and I'm like, okay, let's go see a World Factbook, learn about it. Because you've got a lot. You can learn about the flag. You can see a map of the country. Like, look at that. That's weird, isn't it? That's an odd looking country. It surrounds a river. Okay. That's weird, isn't it? I know, but this is why it's so much fun. And this is where it's at in Africa. Come on, load. Load for me. There it is. Look at that. It looks like a little Cheeto. Okay. And then you can get like a one-page summary of the country. All right, I'll stop nerding out. Just explain the darn assignment, Mr. Wenrich. Okay, so when you are chosen your country, don't do the Gambia. You're going to click on the People and Society tab, and it will take you directly to learning about the people. And that's what we care about when we're learning about population. You can figure out important religions. A majority of the country is Muslim. What languages are spoken. English is the official language, but there's some others. Mandinka, Wolof, Fula, and other indigenous vernaculars. Look at that. Native languages. Ethnic groups. Yeah, I mean, immediately I'm like, the official language is English, but we have literally 50% of the population in terms of the ethnicity. It's not English. Okay. Here's the demographic profile. Oh my gosh. Like, if you just read this, your answers are going to like flow. And I don't want to cheat too much because I really just want you to be a geographer, ask questions of the particular country that you're researching. And the way that you do that, you can get answers here, okay, and you'll learn about the Gambia. Awesome. But I don't want to read it, and I'm not going to like pause to read it because I just want you to use the population pyramid. You can see the age structure. It will give you this data, but your assignment is to literally take this population pyramid. If you click on it, it will take you to a new link. It might be a little bit different on your iPad. It really doesn't matter because what I'm going to have that you do is take this and like literally do a screenshot and put that screenshot onto a Google Doc And I want you to write about, number one, what stage of the demographic transition your country is in. So we know the Gambia is in stage 2, and I'm just going to write that. Gambia is in stage 2 of the demographic transition. Done. Okay. So just looking at this, what are some things that the Gambia is going to have to deal with? If a majority of the population, if a majority of the population is between the ages of 35 or 0 and 14 and 25 and 54, you could just say a majority of this population is relatively young. Okay. A majority of this population is relatively young. Okay, so it's in stage 2 of the demographic transition. So that means the dependency ratio is there's going to be a lot of young people. And before you turn 14, you are dependent. So the dependency ratio for the Gambia is quite high. With a large majority of the population being under the age of 14. A majority of this country's population will require education, a good economy, and young people. What do young people need? Education, economy. I couldn't just say that. How about a good economic future to maintain a healthy population? And that's not bad. And again, that's just me looking at this. I honestly didn't read it. And I'm just thinking about what a country like the Gambia is going to need. If a majority of the population is between, is under the age, then it's 35%. And I know it says 25 to 54, but the age range is 0 to 14. That's where you get that big fat bottom of the country in terms of the population pyramid. 25 to 54, it's a larger age range, and 36% is there. So again, a majority of the population is very young. Young people will require a good education and a good economic outlook so they can, get a job, so they can get paid and, create families, buy things, live your life as you get older. And then what you can do is get more details from this. So let's read the demographic profile. Oh no. The Gambia's youthful age structure, almost 60% of the population is under the age of 25, is likely to persist because the country's total fertility rate remains strong at nearly 4 children per woman. Wow. The overall literacy rate is around 55% and is significantly lower for women than for men. Okay, wow. So it looks like women's access to education in this country is very low, which means that is a huge indicator of that women's rights being lower. And if their rights are lower, their odds of just making babies is very high. That stat can take you one of two ways. One, you can see that as a positive if you don't want women to have access to education. What? Yeah. But that's something. At least 70% of the populace are farmers and are reliant on rain-fed agriculture and cannot afford improved seeds and well, there you go. We can add that. According to the CIA World Factbook. Women in the Gambia do not have as high of a literacy rate as men. And it said, what did it say about farmers? Oh no. 70% of the country are farmers that can't afford the technology associated with a healthy food supply. Not a bad claim to make, according to that. So this population is got some issues, but we can keep going. But that's what I want you to do, and I want you to try to get as much information just by looking at the images of the population pyramid. Tell me what stage it's in. I need a sentence telling me what stage the Gambia is in, or any country. Tell me about its age structure and what that particular age group needs. And then you can use the CIA World Factbook to include other details about the country's population, population futures. That's it. This is a fun assignment. I wish I was here with you in person so I can be like, oh my gosh, this kid is learning about Canada. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, you're learning about Senegal. Wow, and you're learning about China. Yeah, this is a fun website. And you get a lot of information about anything you want. And in this particular case, you are commenting on a country's population pyramid and reflecting on factors that could potentially influence that population, that particular country's population. I hope you enjoy your day. I will see you all tomorrow for another Pathways Day. And then on Friday, we're going to create another image, the population cartogram. You need to have your country done now for today. It will be due. I'll give you a couple days to do this. This will be due Thursday, but get it done today. You're not here. Make a schedule, do something. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, or at least it was helpful. I'll be around 1 to 3 in case you don't like this video and you actually need help on this, in which case, yes, please let me help you with this assignment. I love it. Yeah, shoot me an email if you want to do a Google Meet. I might even just post a link. Who knows? See you later.